Aloha! We're now back for session 3 already of The Evil Within 2. Last time we found out that Lily's actually straight up been kidnapped, and not just gone missing, by one bizarre and very crazy artist known as, what is he, Stefano? Then we also had a bit of side questing to do that I didn't get to wrap up because, well, poorly equipped, it was late into the live stream and various other reasons. So we'll be giving that another go today as well. Firstly, though, off screen, I did do a little bit more scavenging. I found a couple more locker keys, so we'll use them. And I also spent a little bit of time in the shooting range to get a few more bits and pieces. So you can see that I've got 6 harpoon bolts. I got that from one of the keys, I believe. I've made 2 explosive bolts from what I could find. No bullets, so it's still going to be a bit of an uphill struggle to survive that section. Because I think I didn't use my keys last time. Oh, maybe I did. That's why I've got 6 harpoon bolts. But I do have some green gel we can spend as well that I got from Bits and Bobs. Hey, John. God, you're in the chat super early this morning. I only just started to stream and you're already here. Welcome. So we'll use our basic stuff. I was going to live stream yesterday, but it just... by the time I was kind of like ready in a position to get sorted, it was a lot later in the day, so I eventually just decided, you know what, I'll just do it tomorrow where I've got a bit more time to play with. Yeah, I'll get that. Reduce the sway even further. But to be fair, I did play a lot of V3, Danganronpa V3 yesterday, so I am a lot further in that. I've still yet to get far enough to see who the next victim is, so... hush. I'm literally like about halfway through the free time events in chapter 3. Like the first kill's yet to happen. The most recent thing is the ultimate student council that Angie's made and appointed herself as president for. That's as far as I've got. So like Tsumugi, Gonta, Tenko, Himiko, and I think Kibo have all been like abducted by it. I woke up ungodly early. Well, I appreciate it, dude. Let's try and do a bit of side questing today. I'll probably... I've been debating with myself, but I think I will, just for the sake of spicing it up a little bit. The next, like, main update for Genshin drops tomorrow. Assuming my internet can handle, you know, playing online and live streaming at the same time, I want to do a live stream of that. Just to kind of experience together what's new. And so I'm just getting a feel for the controls again since I didn't play this yesterday. Like, well, much yesterday. Like, see what's new, try out that new boss, do the new story stuff, and just kind of fumble around for a few hours. I can show off my builds. I might roll for Yae Miko just to kind of make it a bit spicy as well. Just like, just to mix it up a little bit, and then we'll come back to Evil Within, like, probably the day after or a couple days after, depending on how I feel. But I'm actually in a real good spirit today. Like, there's been a couple of streams I've done where, like, if I only do, like, one stream, take a day off, one stream, take a day off, it's usually because, like, I'm just, like, not in the mood a lot of the time. Like, sometimes it is because I'm busy, but sometimes it is just because I'm not always in the mood for it. But I'm buzzing. I've been, like, I was itching to play more Evil Within 2, so I'll probably be streaming, not just today, but... well, obviously I'm streaming today, but you know what I mean. Like, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow or whatnot, or just mixing up a little bit. Why did I leave this? Oh, right, I picked up a resonance point whilst I was waddling around yesterday. Let me do this first. Let me just get rid of that, and then we'll try and get that, because that's a signature, so we'll have to actually deal with the enemies, but I'm not in a position to start wasting bullets when we still need to try and deal with this. I'll open with an explosive bolt, because if I can, like, deter the crowd a little bit, I think that would be a good starting point. Additionally, once I'm done V3, I've been, like, toying with the idea for a while now, because I know it's very different and it'd be a little out of my comfort zone, because I'm not, as much as I'm playing a third-person shooter, I'm not that big on third-person shooters as a whole. This is more of the exception than the rule that I enjoyed this game. But I was planning to play Ultra Despair Girls, but the entirety of that game is recording blocked, so I might do something similar with that and just kind of go through it and talk about it and, like, give my thoughts and feelings sort of things. Let's get these guys over here. Come on. Oh, come on, of course you got in the way. There's supposed to be fuel there. Light on. Are they getting in the way of every single shot? Are you kidding me? Is there not fuel here? Did that go out? There's supposed to be fuel there. It's what I've been doing the past couple of times. God dang it. Yeah, working on it, just killing a few things. I have that other shotgun. Did I actually use the odd shot on it? Yeah, I did. Dang. Yeah, no, that's not going to be helpful. There's supposed to be fuel there. That's why I was shooting there, like, without much thought. Well, I didn't get as far away as I hoped for that. Oh, he nearly killed me there. Come on, dude, help out. Help out, I haven't got any bullets. I'm gonna go scrounging while you deal with that guy. Oh, I could kick that over. That could make a fire problem. Shotgun shells. I nearly said cells then. Oh, jeez. Whilst we're doing this, if John, if you're in chat, if anyone else pops in as well, welcome to hop in. Have you seen that bloody Capcom countdown thing they've got on like their website, where it's literally like Capcom com, and it's just a countdown, and it's like people trying to figure out what it's for. It's almost definitely going to be Resident Evil related, but it's nice to think about what it could be.
There's more of them. They're coming from over there.
Like, I imagine because, you know, Capcom have had this fascination for a while now that there has to be a new Resident Evil game every year, that it's going to be the next RE remake because it's way too soon for it to be RE9. Which, as much as, like, I don't like Code Veronica, I want it to be a remake of Code Veronica because I feel like that game needs it more. Like, I know it's going to be RE4, but, you know, I'd like to live in a world where they would remake the game that actually needs it instead of just... Oh, come on, dude. You got to look after yourself a little bit. Come on, get over here. Oh, is there something still behind me? Fucking... Please tell me that's the last enemy and you're going to be able to successfully kill them. Thank you. That was close. I'm going to pull my blinds a little bit because I can't really see the screen where this game's a bit dark. Alright. We survived. He survived. Let us into your safe house.
You just saved my ass. I didn't think anyone would come.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of the work because you couldn't really defend yourself, but we're here. But yeah, like, in an ideal world, I actually don't think it would be Resident Evil. I'd love for it to instead be the next Dragon's Dogma, because it's been rumoured / kind of half confirmed, but why aren't you running? Thank you. For a while, that after Devil May Cry 5, Itsuno's next game is Dragon's Dogma 2. Which is very exciting to me because I liked Dragon's Dogma 1. I didn't love it. I thought it had a lot of problems, but I liked what it was and I liked what it did different. And I'd love to see like a round 2 of it be like fully polished up and imagining what it'd look like on the RE engine. And things like that. Just, I think in general would be really exciting to be. If not that, I think it was Maximilian Dude mentioned that it was going to be around the same time of like an event that got cancelled. So maybe it's an announcement that was going to be tied to that event. More accurately, the Capcom Cup. But there's a part of me that thinks if it's a fighting game, I know it's been a few months already, but it still feels like it's too soon since Street Fighter V wrapped up its DLC to suddenly announce a new thing. But then what else from there for them to have a big countdown? Like, it's got to be a big deal, per se. They wouldn't do a big countdown and it'd just be like, oh, yeah, here's this weird little spin-off thing we're doing. And it's not going to be Pragmata, because it was literally, like, only a couple months ago announced that Pragmata is basically going dark for a year so they can crack on with development properly. Because COVID and working from home ended up making a few blips for them, so it's going to take a little longer to make it.
That's why you're here, huh?
That's right. But if you can't help me with that, then we've got nothing else to discuss. Good luck.
Hey, hold on. We might still be able to help each other out.
This better be good.
Look, there's a bunch of stuff in here that you could probably use. And you can have it for saving me out there. You want to hear my proposal? Come on back to me.
He's saying, loot this place. Once you're satisfied, come back and talk. Oh, how am I doing? Yeah, I could do a swig of coffee. Do it now so I get more time for it to kind of start, you know, brewing the next one. There we go. Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
If I could get it open if you're willing to help.
Yeah, that's the trade-off. You do his side quest, you get the ability to unlock all them. He doesn't have a crafting table in here of his own? Ah, you're falling behind. O'Neill had a crafting table. I just want to see if I can restore my healing supplies and maybe make a bullet or two. I got 11. I'll make handgun bullets and I'll make that. So I can at least get out of a sticky situation if I need to. And I can try and rely on crit chance. Actually, whilst I'm... No, wait. A weapon upgrade is here. So whilst I'm here, how close or far away am I from... Oh, hang on, I have enough. Give me that 60% crit chance, thank you. Get that as well. And, ooh, double damage. Yeah, I think that's... I'm in a cozy position, I think, with this. I could do a few more bullets, though. Being able to hold up to 10 in one clip would be... Ooh, 12. No. Don't need to go too crazy with it. Walking speed while aiming. I think that'll actually throw off my aim a little bit, so I'll hold off on that one. But I will reduce reload time. And I think I'm about comfortable enough with that on the handguns that I should actually prioritize leveling up other things afterwards. How much is that? That's 700. That'd be nice. Make it last a little longer. Give me more time to think. There we go. Alright, so this thing's kind of kitted out. The 60% crit rate is going to be a lifesaver. I said crits only count if you hit a weak spot, so like hitting an enemy's head. If you just shoot the body, you're not going to get it at all. Right, but let's see what he has to say.
Alright, I'm all ears. How can we help each other?
I need you to restore the server inside the mirror. It should be easy enough as long as none of those freaks are around.
Which means there already is going to be.
Hold on, I haven't agreed to anything.
He's already put it on our map.
What's in it for me?
You do that for me.
Speaking of Ultra Despair Girls, is the whole game blocked or is it the first chapter okay like V3? I haven't brought it to confirm for myself, but from what I've read online, it's the entire damn game for Ultra Despair Girls. Like the entire game is blocked off, and I was like, that's kind of odd. But from when I've been looking into it, unlike V3 where they did it because of spoilers, they did it with Ultra Despair Girls for a multitude of reasons, like not just because of spoilers. Apparently, like there's some content in the game that is a lot darker or a lot more grim or a lot more hard to swallow, and they didn't want it to be so easily accessible if everyone could record it. So they made it so a lot of the game, if not the whole game, is blocked. So then only people go out of their way to do it through their own tools or whatnot they can, and as well as also keeping a firm grip on spoiler checks. Which makes me slightly concerned, because it's not the first time I've heard that Ultra Despair Girls has some extremely dark content in it, and it makes me worried for what I'll be walking into when I eventually do it. But if it's the whole game blocked, like I said, I will probably... I'll have to figure it out, because it's a bit more action orientated. I imagine the chapter structure will be quite different, but I will probably try and do the same thing that I'm currently doing now, where it gets pretty bad, not gonna lie. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind when I go through it. If things get really, really weird or really dark or a bit much. I already kind of got the impression that the team were prepared to get a lot more visceral and a lot more like uncomfortable with things. It's like the biggest ones that was kind of oh, hang on a minute, something's not right here, was when I was doing chapter 2 of V3. Out of morbid curiosity, I grinded out that the Love Hotel key. I mentioned it in the actual video that I got it, and I got Korekio, and that by the end of it I was like, okay, no, that was actually really unsettling because of all the subtext as well. Like the fact that he refused to let you out the room, that he had red rope, that it was kind of like you were living his fantasy whether you like it or not. Like, it was really, really unnerving. I was like, okay, they're not afraid of doing this kind of stuff. If people keep on telling me Ultra Despair Girls is super, super twisted, I can believe it a lot more, you know? Anyway, let's actually talk to this dude instead of just staring at him.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure as hell gonna give it a try.
But I'm well invested. I think that's the biggest thing, and it's a testament to actually the first game, that the first game set me off on this way for the rest of it. I'm interested in the overarching story of Danganronpa, not just the cases per game. Because that was the thing, when I went into Dangan 1, I was only really curious about the cases as they happened. Like the story that was encapsulated in its own, in the school. I wasn't that fussed about like the ongoing lore, or like the world, or the expanded universe, yada yada yada. When I finished the first game, though, that changed, and I was a lot more interested in a lot more of the outside material. And then once I finished Danganronpa 2, I was like, okay, no, at some point I need to sit down and play Ultra Despair Girls, and at some point I need to read Zero, at some point I need to watch, was it Danganronpa 3, and the Future Arc and Despair Arc. I'm a bit hesitant on that one, though, because everyone who's like watched it hasn't told me many good things about it, about Danganronpa 3. The show, not V3.
All I have to do is turn it
I've read Danganronpa If, not just because you have to for the trophy in Danganronpa 2, but also because it was actually a decent read. The idea of If being the whole, what if Makuro didn't get like stabbed up by Junko right at the start, and it comes from like Makoto getting a dizzy spell and like passing out and being dragged to the infirmary or the nurse's office, which doesn't make sense because the nurse's office was, you know, locked into chapter 1, but whatever. But he ends up in the nurse's office, but because of that dizzy spell, he gets some of his memories back by accident, so he remembers Ikasaba. He remembers the 16th student slightly, and it's only when she's about to get speared of Gungnir to death that he jumps in and gets badly wounded, not fatally, but badly wounded for it, and the plot goes a different direction. And it reminded me a lot of the alternate ending of Final Fantasy 15, where it's like the alternate ending where you had to like deliberately find like a what if situation. You still stop the bad guy, you still thwart their plans, but it's not a permanent end and an actual proper happy ending. They just escape from the academy, but Junko's left alive. They don't get to deal with her in the if ending, which is similar to how in 15 they deal with the immediate threat in the off ending and everyone gets to live, but the ultimate darkness remains anyway. So it's like they make it a short-term solution, but the big problem's still there. And there's a part of me that kind of want to see a continuation of If, just to see what would happen if, you know, all 15 of them, technically 16 if you want to count Junko masterminding, survived. What would have happened then when they went to the outside world? What would their character development have been different? Especially because in If, they imply that the only reason why Makuro wants to return the favor and look out for Makoto is because she had a little bit of a crush on him. And I know that's like easy writing 101 to kind of make you go, "Aw," but I am still on board with it. I'd want to see where that goes. Especially because, you know, I had to think what her name was. If Sayaka lives in If, so that love triangle starts to kick in a little bit. Kyoko learns that she's the ultimate detective super quick in If, so that like changed the dynamic of some things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of little things they could do that would be interesting if they like continued If as like a spin-off series. And it's not that impossible of an idea to think that they could do that, considering I know it's an entirely different company, but that's how Persona even came into existence. Shin Megami Tensei had literally a spin-off of the same nature called Shin Megami Tensei If, which was a lot of like a what if things went differently and things went like that. And Persona 1, what's he reacting to? And Persona 1 is a direct continuation of If. It became its own sub-series. What did he react to? Was it because this fell down and he heard it so we can go through here? Yeah. Also, I dealt with the witches that were out here. I did ring around the Rosie and then stab them to death just so they were out the way and I didn't have to worry about them being so close to the safe house anymore. But let's go do this side objective for Sykes, because those red locked chests, or like the chests that have got like the red thing on them that we can't interact with, they'll all unlock by doing this. Also, it's one of the ones I got off screen. Like, there-ish is a statue for a key. As I was running through, I happened to spot it. And I'd probably, just for the sake of it, watch Danganronpa the animation as well, just to see how they animated the whole first game. Because, like, when I was trying to think about it to myself, I was like, well, how would you? Without skipping a lot of things to make it fit into, like, an episode runtime. Like, would it feel like a much more like a loose adaptation than an actual, like, word-for-word adaptation? Like, would they skip some optional things? Would they keep shit like, you know, the man's fantasy bit in? Which, speaking of, I think I found what would lead to the man's fantasy bit. Like, there's a part where it's like all the girls talk about how they're gonna go swimming in the pool to try and take their mind off things, have like a bit of a pool party. And Suichi is like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave them to it. And I'm like, I bet if I had the right item, that wouldn't go like that. That sounds like something that would be pretty standard. So it's something I'll probably end up seeing, because I think it's actually a part of the completion list for V3 when you want 100%. Whilst a lot of the optional scenes actually aren't a part of the completion list for the first two games. I have still actually I didn't want to go here, I wanted to go to the Marrows. I've yet to actually see... I've seen it online. I mean as in, like, actually see it and have it recorded on the game. The Danganronpa 1 anime does feel rushed. Oh, okay. There's a part of me that wants to give it a watch just to kind of see. You know, but like to see if it, what it does different, what it does right, what it does wrong. I've also heard there's a manga, but it's like, how many times do I want to go through Danganronpa 1, you know? Like, I played the first game, but I want to watch the anime of it and then read the manga of it too. Like, when do I draw the line and say I've had enough Danganronpa 1? But yeah, as I was saying, I have seen, like, the man's fantasy scene of the first game online. I just didn't see it myself because it wasn't required for 100%, so I didn't see the point. In the second one, I saw some of the optional scenes, but not all of them, because I wasn't about to bring up a guide to hunt them down, because once again, it didn't matter for 100%. But with this one, this game, V3 is a heck of a lot more detailed. Oh, have you got anything new to say? No, you haven't. Never mind. But a lot more detailed on its completion list to get that platinum trophy. I think the ultimate evil is going to be trying to... is it prologue or like beginning of chapter 1? Where you get that 2D platformer bit and it's like nigh on impossible. I think there's a trophy for beating that and I'm like, oh god, that's gonna be hell. But speaking of chapter 1 though, out of my own curiosity, I wanted to do a couple of the free events of the Kaede's free events in chapter 1. Just to try them out, see what's different, see if they talk about something different, yada yada. So I loaded up from chapter select chapter 1 and it was still blocked, as in blocked recording. So I think it's literally the moment your save file registers that you've unlocked chapter 2, then the whole game becomes blocked scenes. It's not just chapter 1 is unblocked, everything afterwards. No, I think it's the moment your save file touches chapter 2, it says, no, you're not showing anything anymore. Because I was surprised to see it didn't let me start recording again when I, loaded up chapter 1 through chapter select. I ended up actually not doing the free time events, because when I realised that I couldn't record them anyway, I was a teeny tiny bit bummed out, because I thought it would at least make for background footage other than just a screenshot and music. And so the fact that I can't even do that, I was like, well, okay. I'm not going to start a whole new game just so I can, you know, get some footage thrown around for Chapter 1. You know, it'd be senseless. And I think I've done all right. Obviously, there's going to be things that will clean up and get a bit easier as we go. But I think all in all, I did okay with my write-up of Chapter 2. But obviously, there are things that can be better, and I will hopefully get a bit more comfortable and in the rhythm of it as well. Like, there was little things, like when I read back on the script, I was like, I say anyway too much. Or I say, but I digress too much. So I tried to make, like, on-the-fly changes whilst I was reading it through for the video. And I'm trying to keep it in mind more going into this one.
Seems like that worked.
Yep, and your reward for turning all this on is that you can now open all of these. That does attract attention, though. You can already kind of hear it. I don't know if they're going to come to me. But talking about the original anime, I'm pretty sure the Italian... Wait, let me read that again. Talking about the original anime, the Italian distributors have tried to strike any playthroughs of the actual game because they use the actual deaths in the anime. Oh, well, thankfully I've been left untouched from that. Actually, now that I mention it, I think there was a video I saw, because once I finished Danganronpa 1, I was kind of curious how other people reacted to it, and I think I remember one person I watched reacted to a death, and when they did, they like messed with the screen or like played their own music over the actual executions. I was expecting... Why did you have to look exactly this way? Also, you have an axe. Oh, I have to reload. I was like, where's my laser gone? So I think that does track that there is that distributor who wouldn't be able to tell the difference, which is insanely dumb, but what can you do? Tell me something new about the copyright industry being insanely dumb. And I did watch, I don't really watch Game Grumps as a rule, like they have their thing, but it's just not really my thing as a whole. Did someone else see me? Oh, is this door unlocked? Does it even matter? Is there anything of interest in there? No, that's back where we came. No, we need to go this way. He can stay there. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, okay, no, we're not dealing with all of these guys just because we turn this on. Let's get back to Sykes. Oh, Jesus, hello. Do you mind? Oh, I could have stomped you to death, but I don't know how many chasers there are. Enough chasers. No more enemies in here as well, please. That'd be nice. There is an enemy in here. I can hear him. Okay, this way. Get me into safety. But is it literally like when they do like the executions in the anime, do they literally just use the game footage, or do they reanimate it, or like do something different? Like, they literally just like rip the footage, or do they mess around with it a bit? And the other one I was going to ask is that if there's any because it does happen sometimes when like games get anime adaptations or animes get game adaptations. Is there any like English voice cast differences that I'm going to really notice? Because that happens sometimes, and sometimes it can kind of like turn me off it a little bit, and I'm like, no, they don't sound like how I remember them. Because to be honest, in terms of the anime, personally I am more curious about Danganronpa 3 just because it's new content. But I do think I will probably check out the animation just for the sake of seeing what they do different. Then from what I could see online, there's also a manga of the second one, and that I'd be more on board with, because even though I'm really enjoying V3, I'd still say, at least for now, Danganronpa 2 is my favourite one. Like, 3 has some really good moments, don't get me wrong, but it's like there's a lot of moments where I'm like, yeah, I feel like the second game did this bit better, or I think the second game was a bit cleaner on this, you know? There seems to be a bit of a running thing for me as I play through it, that there's just little things I prefer from 2. So reading a manga of 2, I'd probably be down with. Let's actually get back to, I swear, as I've got older, my ability to landmark things in my head's got worse. I used to, like, not need to check the map for anything ever. Monokuma's voice is really weird in both of them. Well, in both animations. Okay. Is it more like with V3, where it's a higher pitched, or is it just like a different voice entirely? Because I don't like Monokuma's voice in V3 because of how much higher pitched it is. Like, is it the same sort of deal, or is it just a very different, like, direction of the voice? Because I'm also aware that, you know, anime being anime, lip flap following can make line deliveries a bit more awkward sometimes. But we can turn this in. There is a... Oh, I forgot about it. There's a, one of those locked chests was in here. We could have got that on our way. Oh well, we'll be circling round eventually, so we'll probably get it later. Different voice entirely. Ooh, okay. That'll be interesting to see or hear. Is it on like Crunchyroll or something like that? Is it easy to get, or should I be hunting down like a Blu-ray DVD sort of thing and just putting it in my DVD player? Because I actually have a a region-free DVD and Blu-ray player, so I can just... It's what I did when I got into Data Live, because Data Live, if the Blu-ray DVDs never got released outside of the US, like for the dub, and so I just got the US Blu-rays, and then I'll just play them off my my region-free, so that's not a problem. It's like, if I can just nab the Blu-ray, I'll just do that. Alright, but now that's done, it's going to say, hey, there are boxes you can open now, and there will be rewards for doing so do it. Silenced handgun. Ooh. If used carefully, single enemies can be lured away from groups. I'm telling you right now, I probably won't be using this, because I think it is good, but I think it, harms damage slightly. Oh, we're inside. I wanted to at least get it out to show it. But I think it does less damage, and you know how vital damage can be sometimes. Even the crit shot would help. Let's actually get outside, yeah. I'd rather this, if I'm honest. It's a good alternative. Anyway, next priority. Before I do that, I should actually at least twig the plot thing. Because I realised it last time that you don't actually go straight into the theatre straight away. You have to twig something at the door first, come away, do something else, then go back to it. So I should probably go twig that now, so as we're doing our rounds to get that resonance at the bottom, we can still... I wonder if that would kill you on Akuma. If being too close hurts you by like a pixel. I need all you guys to ignore me. I'm just trying to get through. Oh god, there's a lot of you. Oh my god, you're all pretty feisty. Hey, I need you all to calm down. Let's do that. Oh, so did I make a lot of noise killing all your friends? There's an axe on the floor here, so I don't mind wasting it on you. It sounds like if you tried to do a stereotypical New Yorker voice and then raise the pitch. Oh, God. Oh, God, that sounds terrible. No offense to New Yorkers, but that sounds terrible. I feel like a stereotypical New Yorker voice can only be got away with if it's a bit deeper, because then it kind of like rumbles a little bit. If it's high pitched, it sounds terrible.
Damn it.
But anyway, this is the plot thing I was talking about. These two paintings, we've actually seen them before, and now they're active. We can go get them. Stefano.
You are not worthy enough to witness it. Not until you learn to respect my art. Listen to their screams. The echoes of my work.
Respect art, huh? Time to put Hoffman's theory to the test.
Chapter 7, Lust for Art. The idea is that there's two paintings in the city, or in this district of town, and you're supposed to go find them both and deal with them. We actually found one by accident earlier, but because we hadn't triggered that part of the plot, we couldn't do anything with it. One of them's in... Well, I can show you quickly when I bring up the map. Yeah. One of them's in the back of the diner we hid out in, and over here's a hotel, and there's one in there. That's it. I need to, speaking of anime, I need to actually get back into the swing of it. I feel like the last time I sat down and watched an anime properly was Castlevania Season 4. And I watched that the day it came out. I binged the whole thing. I haven't really been like in much of an anime mood as of late. Which is a shame because I do hold a soft spot for a lot of it. I mean, heck, I grew up with bloody Yu-Gi-Oh! when I was little, for goodness sake. I've always had an appreciation of like anime. Even if it took me a while to get around to some of like the big guns, like I can tell you right now, I've only watched like 2 episodes of One Piece and like 1 episode of Bleach in my life. But I did watch a fair amount of Dragon Ball Z. And a fair bit of Super. I haven't watched like GT or whatever that other one was that people didn't really like. But anyway, to destroy these paintings, you have to actually be put into them and solve a puzzle. So we need a key. We can't just access this.
Locked.
So now we get to go through. Jesus. Do you think they liked The Shining? This is very The Shining-esque. I'm expecting like a pair of twins. Well, not a pair of twins. That'd mean there's technically 4 of them. But you know what I mean? I was expecting like twins to be on the end of them.
You shall be part of my obscura. Less malleable than clay.
Oh, right, yeah, you can kind of see what's happening through the outlines of these.
Really is the perfect medium.
Basically, Stefano's shtick is that he captures and tortures people and then puts them into his, like, monstrosity, the Obscura, or any of the other creations he can make. Like, he fancies himself a bit of a, like, Frankenstein's monster kind of deal. What's around screaming away? I don't know if it's this one or the next one, but one of them, there's an enemy that you can't really deal with, that you have to avoid for a long time. Oh no, this is just the basic enemy room. This isn't that. What is an axe? Let's see if we can spot a worthy use. I gotta be wary. There's one over there that might see me. Oh, come on. What are the odds? Oh, you saw me as well. Alright then, let's give me some room. Hello? I said, do you want... That sounded like, oh, I'm going away, I'm going away. Excuse me, coming through. I'm not dealing with that thing. Goodbye. Hello, Seb, can you like not walk? I'm glad this is something that games are finally starting to move away from, because it was very annoying for a while where games had forced walking sections. It was just cutscenes but lazier. But now you have to actually get to that thing. It's never that easy though. Oh yeah, right. I don't know if these are instant kill if you touch them, but you know, try not to. Trying to remember the route you have to take to actually get here. That's a dead end, can't go that way, it's the other way then. I think they're instant kill. I'm not... God, maybe jump. I'm not about to try.
Okay, Hoffman. Hope you're right about destroying these things. Here we go.
But going back to that Danganronpa anime thing, I wonder why they decided to change the approach to Monokuma's voice. Was it just to try and like...
Destroying that freak's work was actually
like, were they trying to play off that it was like Junko talking through it, so try to give it more of an accent to try and like, oh, you know, because, you know, fashionista should have like a proper like twangy accent stereotypically. Like, do you think that's what they were going for? Because that's like that is like the stereotype. It's the same in like the UK. Like if they're like supposed to be like the fashion model type, they're like, oh my god, they have that kind of like Valley Girl voice. Do you think that's what they might have tried to be going for with Monokuma? Because, you know, Monokuma being masterminded by Junko, they wanted to make it sound similar, like it's actually her talking through it. And also, yes, that is as far as you're going to get me to do a Valley Girl impression. I'm gonna see if I can try and get this resonance point before we move on to the other one. Let's have a look. There's 1, 2. Oh, they're a little far away. 3. Alright, there's 1 down. I think we were going to get spotted. Damn it, that's... Can I get that 60% crit, please? Alright, and I can waste the axe on you, because you've got an axe. Oh, we traded. Right, now let's search this place out. There is another enemy way in the back, but they have their back to us. That much I remember. But all this talk of Danganronpa, it doesn't mean I want this channel to suddenly turn into a Danganronpa only channel. Like, there's a reason why I'm playing things like this. I want to do different things and try different stuff out. It's just I'm really enamored and like pulled into that series' world and lore right now. So I want to see it through to the end, or as far as I can right now. Like, I'm aware... I don't think it's canon, I think it's more just flavor text, but like Danganronpa S, like that summer mode that was on the Decadence, the Switch game, is like a thing as well, but I don't think that's canon. I think that's just like a board game-esque thing with like stuff that happens to involve all 3 games as casts. So if you're curious about how Kyoko would like talk to Samugi, you can, or if you're curious about how Gundam would respond to bumping into Ryoma, you know, same team, same voice. Junko does have more of a Valley Girl voice in the anime, but I don't really think that's it. Oh, okay. Well, you know, screw it. But I do think it makes more sense, for the sake of the anime stereotype, to kind of give her more Valley Girl of a voice. And I think if anything, that'll actually work out as the villain, because, let's be honest, not many people can put up with a Valley Girl voice for long, or at least listen to it. So if she's like the main villain, I think it will work in her favor, because you'll be sick of her voice as well as sick as her of her.
Looks like I won't be back to pick you up with the APC after all.
Oh, we're going to be running again. I recognize that laughter. We're going to be running because we don't really have the resources to deal with this. Let me guess, she's going to crush that truck or something. Oh! Yeah, just run, just run. I'm not even going to stick around to let that form. Yeah, I'm just leaving. Goodbye. You enjoy that. I'm not fighting you. There's literally no reason to. The only reason I dealt with the one over here is because I could cheese it with the door. Or, well, it's more back over there, but you know what I mean. Alright, how do I quick turn? There was an option, it says, like, no. There was a thing in the option, it's like quick turn enabled or quick turn disabled. I'm trying to figure out what you're supposed to do to trigger it. I don't think it says in the controls. I mean, I could just check. Sneak, melee, communicator, aim, sprint, item shortcut, flashlight, movement. It's not going to tell me. Okay. How? Thought he'd be able to do a quick 180 degrees turn. How? Is it just as simple as... No, it's not that. Oh, never mind. Or maybe I'll figure it out as we go on. Anyway, the other building significance is this little hotel over here, the Sanctuary Hotel. Which, once again, because it's a plot location, enemies won't chase you in here. Only enemies that are already in here are enemies that are threats. Alright, let's see where this one takes us.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, this is the one where you gotta avoid Obscura, because you can't actually kill Obscura fully. At least if you can, I've never done it. You've just got to be evasive of her. You have to get to one in the room, get the key, and get back out. And the reason why you want to remain evasive is because it takes a while for you to open the door. So if you're seen the whole way there, she will just kick you away from it. But to be fair, having headphones is making this a teeny tiny bit more manageable because I can actually hear kind of where she is. Because there's the key, and we need to get it and get the hell out. It's a smallish section in that regard, but...
Alright. This should get me close to that art. Shit. Maybe I can sneak by it.
Oh, we got an autosave here. That's appreciated. Let's see. She's coming from that way, I think. And the thing is, whilst we're waiting for Obscura to do her thing, one of the other things I'm kind of curious about is that I'm aware that there's two, like, really well-known and liked fan games called Danganronpa Another and Another 2. Okay, that's a bit bullshit. Called Danganronpa Another and Another 2. And with my laptop, at least, I've been very tempted to kind of just, you know, download them on the side and just give them a go. Because if you actually try and open this door now, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, you see, you have to waste time. You have to kind of actually deal with this. So let's heal up, back up, and see if we can ring around the rosy. Oh no, it probably saw us. Did it? I hate the moaning sound this thing makes. No, stop it. You're going to get me banned on... Yeah, go away. As soon as it turns a corner, so it's out of sight, I'm opening the door. Not going to do that. It's just going to investigate up and down this section, isn't it? turn left. Take a left. God damn it. Do something. You watch, as soon as I go to move, it'll turn around.
Made it.